Hey friends, welcome back. This is Katie Ann Stitches. I'm Katie Ann, and I'm here to show you my stitches. I am so excited to be back. I posted my whip parade slash first Flosstube with a lot of hesitation and not a lot of confidence that this would be a regular thing that I would be doing. And I want to start by saying thank you so much to everybody that has left kind comments. I was very open and honest about how scared I was of receiving negativity, and I survived it. There were 1,000,000% more positive comments than negative. But feedback has been heard. I am not for everybody. So please know that if I am for you, then I am so happy to be here and I'm happy to hang out with you. But if I am not, please feel free to be on your way. There's plenty of other creators out there that are going to be your speed, and my speed is fast. My speed is chaotic. My speed was equated to Tigger a lot in the comments. I don't know if I love that or hate that, but as somebody who grew up as a Pooh stan, T-I-double-G-er is in my heart. So I'll take that as a compliment. And I will be your Tigger if that's what you want me to be. But I did receive the feedback that my delivery is quite annoying. And to that, Denise, I say, I still love you. Random commenter Denise. But if you're back, I don't know what you're doing here. But for everybody else, I'm really excited that you're here. So I want to go ahead and get started because there's a lot to cover. I am in a new spot, so bear with me on figuring all of this out, lighting and setup wise. This is what's going to work for me today. If it doesn't work for you, let me know. We'll pivot. We'll make it happen. I will say that the first upload took an astronomically long time, so I did change around some settings, so that way maybe it doesn't take me 2 whole days to upload this file to YouTube. But if it's too reduced in quality, you let me know. We'll keep pivoting. That's what we're doing here, everybody. We're pivoting. I am trying not to pivot currently in this moment in this chair because, of course, I have now just realized that the slightest shift in weight makes a noise. You guys don't care about that right now, but the second I shift my weight and you do hear it, you will realize how annoying that sound is, and I will just continue to profusely apologize if it happens. But if it looks like I'm sitting very uncomfortably, like there's somebody off camera threatening me, there's not. I'm safe. I'm in my house. I'm in my little office area that's in my bedroom. You can see my bookshelves. You can see my artsy housewife. That is in all of my, like, this is the view that my team and employees get to see throughout the day because you're technically sitting right in front of my computer. So I love getting to represent my love for reading and also my love for cross stitch in my background every day. And you can see this is also my like stitchy spot. Did I mention I had a lot of kids? Like, I don't get a lot of corners of the house. So this is my bedroom, but also my everything room. So we've done what we can to kind of make it our space for me and my husband. So this is my corner of it. So it's got all my stuff. So you're here with me now. I want to start with some thank yous and some people that just were so kind and mentioned me in their own videos. Honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to get used to this, so I'm fangirling a little bit and freaking out when I am seeing comments from or getting engagement with people that I have watched and followed and have been so inspired by for so long. Like, I was trying to explain it to my husband. It's not like celebrity infatuation with people. It's truly admiration. And like, there is the way that we get to know parasocially all these people on the internet who share such a unique part of them with sharing their cross stitch is so special. So I don't take a single bit of it for granted. I appreciate everything that's been shared in all of your videos. And like I said, I'm just such a fan of Flosstube and of this community. So when I heard my name in Sean's video, Sean with Periwinkle, or she's Periwinkle Stitcher here on YouTube. She's also Sean Parrington on Instagram. I have followed her. I have loved her. She is She is everything that I want to be and more. When I heard her mention my name as like a new Flosstuber, I could have fallen over. So thank you so much, Sean. And also Tyler Will It Stitch. I love him. I do. He actually lives here in the same town as me, so I told him I'm manifesting like a stitchy meetup because I love everything he stitches. And again, like, oh my gosh, I have watched all of his videos and been so inspired by all of his pieces. And he lives here in my town. So our local LNS doesn't know what's coming when him and I finally get to do a meetup and just go shopping and hang out and have a stitchy day. So Tyler, appreciate you. I love all of our conversations. We are going to be fast friends, besties for the resty. I'm so excited. And that happens again just through Flosstube, from being a person on the internet willing to kind of show that I'm a real person. So for all of those that are thinking about doing it, please do. It's been really fun. And so I also want to shout out some fellow new tubers that are kind of taking this journey in 2026 at the same time as me. I thought it would be cool just to kind of shout out a couple of the people that I saw be brave at the same time that I was being brave. You know, we all got to start somewhere. So it was really cool to see the timing coincide where some other people were doing the same leap of faith that I was doing. So the Stitch List, she is a fellow Aries. Love her. Love her. She is a Swiftie. She's got 2 daughters. She is so much fun. I think she's already posted like 3 videos. So she's also an overachiever, if you were wondering. I love her so much. Definitely she's worth checking out and giving a follow, sending her love. Wandering Foot is apparently my soul sister, my twin that lives on the other side of the country. But apparently at one point she also lived in Florida. So that's really cool. Sorry about that. My lab is 15, going to be 16 this year. And sometimes them hips, they do lie. They do lie to him and they don't work like they should. So he needed a little bit of a boost to get up. But what I was saying was a new channel that I found who also posted her first video recently is Katie from Wandering Foot. Down to the name, we are twins. We are twin brains operating in this world. Everything she was explaining about like her ADHD systems and the way that she, honestly, I was so impressed by the way that, like, to me, my ADHD is not a superpower yet. It is something I battle every day. And I really try to just like figure out how to survive with it. But she did such a good job of explaining how you can really turn that on its head and figure out ways to conquer it and then really use it to make your brain its most productive self. And so she barely got into it. Like, she didn't do a deep dive or anything, but just because it so much resonated with me and my own brain, it lit me up from the inside out. I was so excited and like just eager to connect with her once I heard that. I was like, if you could do a TED Talk on ADHD brains and systems, you'd change the world. You dang sure change mine. But yeah, she talks about like a lot of ADHD related things, like object impermanence and things, which in my stitchy life is huge. Like, that is why you're not going to see 100 whips from me. It is not because I judge that. It is not because I don't want that. I do. All of you that have these giant craft rooms that just have like closets full of all of your supplies and your whips and I want to be you. I watch all of those videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, to live that life. It's like, to me, what a princess feels like in her castle, to just have all of these projects surrounding you. But I can't, because that would overwhelm my senses to a crazy degree. Like, when I say that I feel guilty for all of my projects that I don't actively work on, I do. Like, you would think that there are people over here just being neglected. They're not. But anyways, I'm off topic. Go them. Katie at the Wandering Foot is so great. So please check her out. She's also posted a few videos already. Like, y'all are doing a lot. Okay. I'm not, and that's fine, okay? I like the more for me to consume. So I appreciate y'all. And then last, another new creator that I have followed on Instagram for forever, but was so excited to see that she's now started posting YouTube videos as well, is Krista from Clover Hop Stitching. I appreciate her content so much. I just really resonate with her sense of humor, with her approach to the world and to life. It's not that serious. Let's be silly. This is a hobby, but let's also be serious and talk about serious stuff when we need to. But it doesn't have to be filled with vitriol and hate. It can still be with the air of lightness and love for others. And I think that's so big in the world right now, is to just vehemently disagree with so much that's going on, and being able to maintain a lightness and love for others and for life is a superpower right now that I'm really trying to cultivate for myself. So anytime I see others really prioritizing that, I know how big of an ask that is, right? Like it's really hard to come on to the internet, especially, but like just in your day-to-day life, it's really heavy. It's really heavy. And I don't want to get too far into it right now. Because this is just supposed to be about celebrating Krista and how great she is. But I just appreciate her message and her ability to put out really fun videos for me to watch while feeling really good about the people that I'm supporting. The fact that she is so purposeful and dedicated to supporting others, uplifting the right causes, and being informed about who she's buying from and what she's stitching is really admirable, and something that I just feel like everybody could be better at. We're all, I feel like, trying, or at least I hope so. I definitely am. And I appreciate the conversation she's willing to have. So those are my fellow new tubers. Okay. For my month of January, it was kind of chaotic, and I'm going to blame that on a few things. I am going to blame it on the fact that I did a whip parade, and I saw all my stuff, and I was like, holy moly, I want to work on everything. But also, I wanted to disassociate so bad from what is going on in the world and at work and in life. Like, January is just that month. It is just that month for your personal life, for your work life, and then, of course, for the world to be on fire. It was such a busy, heavy month. So I really dove face first into disassociating through cross stitch. And so you're going to see that. You're absolutely going to see that here. But hopefully you'll enjoy my chaos. So I did have 2 starts and finishes of just like fun, dumb stitching. Okay. And that's really what I want to make more time for in 2026, is fun, dumb stitching. You know? So the first one, and forgive me guys, again, I don't have a whole lot of time to do this. So we're not going fancy. I hope you didn't come to expect anything less from me than chaos, but here we go. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to try my best to show you these things. This I made for my desk at work. Okay. It's called Let It Shine. It is by a Etsy creator, crossstitchwithart. I can link it below, but I just used their pattern, but I changed, I think, all of the colors. Just because when I pulled it, and because I wanted to do it on this pink fabric, and I wanted to have pink flowers, and I wanted, like, and my nails are pink, and my desk stuff is pink. Like, I'm a pink girl, and especially at work, all of my stuff is pink. I decorate mainly with blues at my house. Y'all don't care about any of this. Anyways, I wanted to change the colors up. I wanted the green to be punchy because the original colors were more of like an aqua teal. I wanted the green to be like a dumpster green, and I wanted the fire to be like pretty vibrant, bouncing off of the pink. But yeah, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. We have a running joke at work that we are the dumpster firefighters, and so this just felt really perfect for a decoration on my desk. My boss actually, for Halloween last year, dressed up as a firefighter. and wore it to work because we are the dumpster firefighters. So we all have little figurines of like dumpster fires on our desks. So that's going to be a perfect decoration on my desk. I didn't tell you anything about it, but like, what do you need to know? This is 32 count ballet slipper. It's a linen that I found on Etsy. Honestly, I don't even remember buying it, but it is from Vintage Needle Arts. And like I said, I did my own DMC. That was a little over 3,700 stitches. Cranked that out. And that was, we went to a Jaguars football game this month, playoffs. Didn't love it, not the outcome, but it was super fun to go. And I was able to crank that out in the car because it was so much block stitching. Like, it was perfect. So next, I worked on this one immediately after because, like I said, I'm really into fun, dumb stitching. So as soon as that fun, dumb stitch was done, I was like, I need more of this. So my oldest girl is obsessed with axolotls. She's 7 and she loves axolotls. So she has been asking for me to make her a stitch for a long time. Forgive all of the creases. Why would anything be ironed? Not happening. But I will I'll pop the picture on screen of what this is supposed to look like. It was a full coverage round. I wasn't doing the full coverage, okay? Like, I'm already using this really pretty 32 count Aqua Frost Lugana from also Vintage Needle Arts. I guess I got a wild hair and ordered like fun colors from Etsy. For this one, I did do all of the called for DMC, but instead of doing the like wall to wall water, I just did the bubbles. And she likes that. She wanted to see this blue aqua through when it gets framed. So that'll be perfect. This was fun. Again, just mindless block color stitching. It is a little over 4,200 stitches. So knocked that out. And had so much fun doing it. Every single day, Helena was asking me, is it done? Is it done? Is it done? You're not done? So I did feel like I had a really angry boss at all times while I was working on that. So we're actually going to go to the store hopefully today after work and school to get frames for those. So wish me luck that I can find some circular hoop frames to finish those in. So those are my starts and finishes, SAFs, if you will, for the month. I also had a completely failed New Year's new start. I was going to do the Forget Me Not pattern by Slow it down, Katie. I was going to do the Forget Me Not pattern by Modern Folk Embroidery. I had all of the intentions of doing this with a variety of color and cotton threads. I wanted to do some blues and some whites, but I did not like the fabric that I was doing it on. I had a random piece of 40 count platinum by Zweigart, and the single strand of thread with the very scratchy fabric, like it kept shredding my thread and I was hating it. I was chewing through my beloved color and cotton and I gave up. So I did like one motif and then got so upset I threw it away. Like I literally don't even have it to show you because I was mad. I put like over 1,000 stitches in it and then was like, this is not bringing me joy. So that one, like, I'll put it here in my starts, but you ain't never gonna see it. So this is the last you're gonna hear about it. I do still want to stitch this chart. Just, I'm gonna put some emotional distance between me and it right now. So, other than that, I had 1, 2, 3 successful starts. And so I will show them to you. First one was an anniversary start for me and my husband's 1-year anniversary. It is the chart from Annie Beez Folk Art. It's got all of these pinks and it is so pretty. But I have a confession. As much as I am a pink girl, I am a blue person when it comes to like decorating the house. And I definitely want to display this like prominently in our home because it is so cute. My heart is and always will be yours. And I want to put the year that we got married, obviously. And it is so cute. So I went ahead and just with a small chart like this, like I gave myself permission to be a little wacky and just kind of pick my own colors and choose my own journey here. So I am doing this on a 40 count old sheep by XJUDesigns. I pulled these colors from Stash to do a little stash conversion and to be creative. Like I've literally never just fully stash conversioned anything. And with this having such a limited palette, I was like, okay, Katie, be brave, try it out. So I did do about 3,000 stitches in the few days that I worked on this. Thank you, January, weather, and chaos for just making me want to dissociate. So I did get quite a bit done. I'm really happy with what I got done. And then I'm going to do my best to show you my threads. But I just pulled, like I said, the blue instead of the pink and red. I'm doing Weeks Dye Works Morris Blue and Weeks Dye Works Deep Sea for the house. Both of those, so pretty. And then for the dark brown, that is the words and the roof, I'm doing Molasses from Weeks Dye Works. For the light color, I'm going to do Dirt Road. And then for the grass, I am using Moss by The Gentle Art. And this is the grass color from my Artsy Housewife Within a Dream, and I'm obsessed with how that grass looks, so that's why now my brain wants moss to be the grass color for everything. So, and then for the white, I'm just using Pearl White by Color and Cotton, because I did get like a sampler pack of their whites. Because I wanted to. I don't know. Like, I think I was testing a theory. Like, is white white? Like, are all whites equal? And Color and Cotton said no. And now I know. Now I know. Not all white's white. So that is my out of focus. Maybe there we go. Color conversion. I'm never. All right. Anyways, y'all saw it. Maybe. So yeah, one last round for the girl. She is cute. So yeah, I want to obviously get this finished relatively quickly so that way I can get it framed and hung up for me and my husband's anniversary. All right, my next start was a start on Martin Luther King Day. So I have wanted to start this chart since I saw it for the first time. I think it is so cool. It's Let It Ring by Lila's Studio. I think the chart is so cool. It is just so impressive and imposing. You see Independence Hall. It's beautiful. And the florals and like, it's so cool. And I love Lila's Studios designs. I'm stitching basically all of them at this point. And this being the 250th anniversary of the country, all of the hoopla and hootenanny for that, I wanted to participate and at least do something patriotic. And I knew I wanted it to be this chart because I'm obsessed with this chart. But as I've said, as everybody has said, we're not in a world right now where I feel super patriotic. I'm not experiencing these overwhelming feelings of pride. I'm not wanting to sit around and sing proud to be an American. You know? Toby Keith, R.I.P. I don't feel it in my bones right now. So was really struggling with like, when do I start this? Do I start this? What is going to make me feel good stitching on this and not just feel sad and angry and all of these things? And it's also why like I want to start so many of these anti-ice, very proud pieces that are coming out. But like for me, stitching is my escape, but also they're my memories. They're the things that I want to remember. And they are literally every piece that I look at, I can remember what was happening while I was stitching it, or like what I was doing, or what show I was watching, what book I was listening to, what was going on in my life. Like it's so much ingrained in it. And that's so special that I'm honestly like, I'm feeling a big cognitive dissonance with like rage stitching, if that makes sense. Like I don't know if that's good for me right now. Because so much of my mental space is already taken up with all of these feelings. Like I am definitely, when I say that I like using cross stitch to dissociate, it's not because I'm staying ignorant. It is because I am doing everything that I can to stay up to date on what's going on, to educate myself and make sure that I'm not ignorant to everything, that I still want to be a reprieve from that for my own mental well-being. So I say that to say, like, I don't have any pieces yet that I've started for like that are like the protest pieces, abolish ICE, things like that. I have them saved, but I don't know if I want to have that memento from this time that I can't wait until we're not in anymore. It's like, it feels like buying a souvenir from a trip I hated, I don't know. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I wanted to start this piece, but I wanted to figure out a way to do it that would make it feel appropriate for the way that I feel about things that are going on. I do love our country. I love a lot of the progress that we have made, but with no ignorance to the fact that there is still so much progress to be made. And so I felt like, for me personally, I wanted to start this piece, or just in general, the piece that I was going to say was my 250th year patriotic piece on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Because I personally felt, for me, like that was a good representation of how I want to commemorate the growth that our country has experienced, by celebrating the people who that it's been on their backs, right? Like I don't think anybody can adequately, especially me as a cis white woman, can really portray what it means to have had the growth that we've had, while also not diminishing the fact that we still have so far to come. But I feel like I can just say that I want to keep figuring out ways to uplift others of different backgrounds than me, of diverse cultures, and celebrate inclusivity and diversity in everything that I'm doing. And so I wanted to start Lila's piece on a day that celebrated not just our country, but like the great people who have made it the country and the freedom and given us the freedoms that we have, right? And the outspoken activists that I want to continue to celebrate, and we need to see more of in every day. So all of that to say, I started this piece, and I have decided that in this vein, starting it on MLK Day and wanting to commemorate his journey and the journey that I feel like we still have to come, I would like to change, this is my progress, I want to change the quote on the piece. Instead of it saying like let freedom ring, or like whatever the verbiage is at the top, in the two sections that it has for text, I will post, or I will show on screen, the post that I saw Jerica share from Daybreak Stitchers. She posted a small little section of a pattern that she shared from Nuri from Shaded Stitchery called Never Lose. And I want to incorporate that into this. So I want to take that phrase from Nuri's pattern, from Nuri's pattern, and put it into this one. So that way, instead of the text that it says on the original chart, it will have the MLK quote. We must accept finite disappointment. I want to put on one side, and then on the other side, but never lose infinite hope. And I feel like that adequately embodies how I feel about this 250th birthday anniversary of our country. We can celebrate how far we've come without losing sight of how far we have yet to go. So I thought that was a great pattern, a great post from Jerica. So I'll make sure, like I said, to put that on screen. And I look forward to being able to change just small pieces of this chart to make it represent like my version of patriotism on this 250th. So here's my progress. Here's what I did. Again, I don't have a lot of good feelings about this right now. So I spent a few days on it, not a lot, but this is 1,200, almost 1,300 stitches. So it's only like 3.6% of the chart, but we're getting there. So there's that. And it is on 40 count legacy with the called for DMC specialty thread. 40 count legacy is a picture this plus fabric. I love legacy. And this is like a fat half that I'm stitching this on because I want to have all of the extra for 1,000 more projects. Okay. Next, I started Peace on Earth. It's back here. I started Peace on Earth, also from Lila's studio, with Sean from Periwinkle Stitcher, because she, like I said, I fangirled. She messaged me on Instagram and said that because I asked last time for feedback on my spring Quaker, which everybody overwhelmingly said, girl, you're crazy. Do not restart. So thank you so much. Message received. I have all of the confidence in the world now to continue on with the original fabric. For you, I am so grateful. But Sean said that she had the Peace on Earth winter Quaker that she wanted to start. And so she asked if we could do like a little mini stitch along together. So, or at least a start along. But hopefully I'm going to touch this piece every month. So when I'm watching my friend Sean's videos, I'll make sure to pull this out. But this is, like I said, Lila's Studios Peace on Earth. I am doing this on that 30 count Sandcastle linen from Fox and Rabbit that I had purchased in case I restarted the spring Quaker. But I think it is perfect for the winter one as well, because this is going to have, like you can see, a lot of whites because it's snowy, and this fabric is just so perfect. I love this fabric. It's like the best off-white pinky cream. I don't know. They don't hire me to do colors anywhere, so anyways, I love this fabric. I love all of Lila's Studios charts, and I'm so excited that I got to do a start/stitch along with Sean to get this bad boy going. So this is 2,142 stitches done. I did this on like the ice apocalypse weekend that we had, where like it was literally too cold to leave the house and the entire country was, hunkered down at home. So it's at 8%. So a pretty good start, if I do say so myself. All right. And then that is it for my starts. So everything else is just an update on where I made progress since we last spoke. Because like I said, I wanted to touch a little bit of everything. So because this Letourneur, my French granny era piece, is on the same fabric as my Let Freedom Ring, they feel too similar to work on at the same time. Like, it feels like I'm working on the same thing. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to like mentally get over that block, and still stitch on both of them. But I did stitch on this one earlier in the month before I started Let Freedom Ring. So again, this is Letourneur by Reflets. LOL at my French. But I did some more work on the flowers and the letters. I love this one so much. I do. So I did 663 stitches on that one this month and brought it up to 8.3%. There goes that zipper. Not bad. And I almost spilled my drink. Holy hootenanny. Okay. Next, I did work on my Vanity sampler because after talking about it in my whip parade and realizing, like, I'm a one thread girl now. Like, I don't have to be so scared of one thread stitching. How different is it from 40 count when it's on this 36 count? So I brought this bad boy back out because I was like, maybe I can be that girl. I want this piece done so bad. The Vanity Sampler by Liz Mathews. Reminder, it was my birthday start last year. It will not be done before my birthday this year, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna forgive myself. But I do still at least want to touch it and work on it. So I did. Remember, the border is done, so I'll just show you this little piece that I worked on instead of showing you the whole project. But I did put 605 stitches in this one. So I worked on bringing that line of motifs and stitches further in towards the center. And so now this project is at 14.8% done. So, like, I worked on that berry bowl and those birds. Had a good time. Didn't hate it. Didn't love it. But it's crazy because this 36 count is XJU marbled hazelnut, I think. I know it's XJU, but the 36 count for this is very delicate. Like, I won't use a nerd hoop on this again because it's too rough on this very delicate fabric. And like, you can just feel it's like soft. Meanwhile, Picture This Plus has some dog in it. Like, it's got that thing in it. It's gonna fight you in the street. Like, it is a very tough, tight fabric. And so for me, being the opposite of delicate, like, I really like how Picture This Plus. Yeah, Picture This Plus. Why did that sound so wrong? I don't know. I like how sturdy it feels. So I have to just kind of pivot when I'm using other more delicate fabrics. I feel like Picture This Plus, I could use it as a shop rag out back, wash it, and it would still be good to stitch on. Like, it is just, it's hardy. But it's very tight. So this is like, I don't want to consider it loose because it's a 36. It's not a comparison of 40 to 40, but like my anniversary start is on a 40 count. And it is XJUDesigns, and it is a much different stitching experience than with my 40 count legacy from Picture This Plus. I would honestly, if I measured it, which if anybody ever has, because I don't think I know how to do that accurately, let me know what Picture This Plus 40 count actually measures out to be, because I'm just guessing and assuming here, that's gotta be higher than 40 count, right? We're like 42. 44, 45, 46, like something. It is tight. So, like, that's got its pros and cons, right? So anyways, that is that. And then the other day I had book club with Beth, and I mentioned that last time. We have a book club, and while we're sitting there just gabbing for hours, I love that girl so much. We literally can gab about anything and everything, and we will. So if y'all ever want to join us, as always, I'll put the info down below. In January, we read and watched, because it's the reader's cut where we do both together with our book club. We read and watched The Princess Bride and then met to discuss it. And then this month, we will be reading and watching Pride and Prejudice. So if that interests you, the info will be below. But anyways, while we were doing that, I wanted to work on just like a simple stitch, a singular color that I could just mindlessly work on while gabbing with my friends. And so I pulled out the River. And again, this is still in its hoop, so sorry. But pulled out the River by Modern Folk Embroidery and popped in 462 stitches, bringing this bad boy to 17.8% done. But now I'm annoyed because, fun fact, your girl is a new stitcher. Y'all knew that, so we're going to give her grace, her as in me. I didn't think about the fact that like variegated floss, when you double it up, you can't just pull one thread and like put it in half, loop start, and go like you can with like singular colored DMC. So as you'll see, I was a ding dong when doing all of this with 2 threads. I was just taking like the one and it's Battleship from Color and Cotton. And I was like, why? This doesn't feel special. Like, I feel like this color looks so cool, but when I stitch with it, it just feels kind of blah. And then I was watching somebody's videos and they mentioned like matching up their threads when they do 2/2 with variegated flosses. And so then I stitched right here doing that like I'm freaking supposed to. And look how cool that difference is. These 2 motifs I'm obsessed with. And now I hate this. And honestly, like, I hate everything that is not like this. So now I feel like I want to rip everything else out and start over. So I might. I'm thinking about it. So now I'm frustrated with myself. That's it. I'm literally just frustrated with myself because I'm very much that person that's like, I'm going to learn trial by fire. And then have the audacity to be aggravated as hell when I'm learning trial by fire. But anyways, like this is the floss from Color and Cotton Battleship. Forgive me, y'all. It's never going to focus the way I want it to. I don't know why. But you can see, like, it's a very pretty thread. And I am not doing it justice when I just fold it over and expect it to work a miracle. Now I know. So yeah. Currently that project's sitting at 17.8%, but that might be a lie if I decide to rip out 15% of that. So anyway, stay tuned. Stay tuned to see what my manic episode will bring with that. So, okay. I am done with my whips. That is all. I have haul and I have plans that are loose. Okay. So haul, if you don't want to see that, bye, love ya, mean it. I don't expect to have regular haul because I'm not really a hauler. I like to keep my pattern acquisition reasonable, and especially my stash. I'll pop a picture up on the screen. I organized my fabric stash so that way like I feel better, because I have it, I feel like I have to use it, and then when I don't use it, I feel guilty. So hopefully having it reorganized will make me feel better about it and will make me feel like more able to use it. But I did go to my local LNS here in Pensacola, the Creative Stitchery. It's actually like 8 minutes from my house, like 2 minutes from my kids' daycare, so that's really dangerous. But anytime I go to like a physical store, I always want to take the opportunity, A, to support a local business, but B, to purchase the patterns that I can't get as digital. Like, I don't want to order patterns, paper patterns, from just anywhere. Like, that's where like I have to get the paper anyways. I'm a digital pattern stitcher by choice. Like, if it comes in a PDF, that is the way I'd like to buy it. Which I will get directly from the artist. So clearly I'm supporting directly there. But if I'm going to support a business, because I have to support, like I have to buy these charts because they're not available digitally. Land the plane, Katie. Why was that so hard to explain? That's what I want to buy from my local needlework shops. Or when I'm traveling and go to a new one, I'm always thinking, like, what designers can I not get digitally that I should prioritize looking through the stash here? Blackbird Designs, Brenda Gervais, Annie Beez, those are all ones that I can't get digitally, so I will pick up at my local stores. So having said that, you saw my Annie Beez folk art chart already. Picked that one up while I was there. Next, I did get a couple of, maybe just one Brenda Gervais. And I got it's in the plastic, so there's going to be a glare, so hold on. The Liberty chart from her. It's so cutie. Again, haven't started it because I haven't felt called to yet. But I definitely know I want it. I want to stitch it at some point this year. So when I'm ready to have more than one Patriotic chart going, I'll start this one. All right, next is my Blackbird Designs charts. I'm obsessed with Blackbird Designs. I saw recently somebody, Lemonade Stitching, said that she was going to do like a year of Blackbird and like every month stitch a chart from Blackbird. I'm obsessed. I absolutely love that idea because I too am obsessed with Blackbird Designs. So I'm not committing to like a chart a month yet, but like, hey, I'm gonna start some. So this one is, what is it? Oh, The Winter is Past. I have dreams and hopes of having like a blue sampler wall in my house. I think I've mentioned that. And so this will absolutely be a part of that. I got my friend's house because how stinking darling is this one? And then, I got this honkin' book of just jewels. A Heart Remembers. Like that one. I love it so much. I can't wait. I am going to stitch so many from this book. So many. I love it. And there's some good ends. Like, there's that big one that I love. Oh my God, I love it. And then like, home is where my heart blooms. How stinking precious. See, y'all can hear my chair. I'm like breathing, and so it's gonna make a noise. Anyways, and then yeah, if I ever get like Brave in my finishing, it has some really cool like heart finishes. LOL at me getting Brave. We'll see. We'll see where my year takes me. But yeah, I'm absolutely, and that's the design on the back, obsessed with all things Blackbird. So I also went ahead and got the Patriotic version again to have in my collection more than anything right now. I don't actively have plans to start anything from this book, but there's the pictures on the back. I love this old school classic aesthetic. So I really liked that. But again, I'm balancing finding a way to marry my very vintage loving style and hobbies with making sure that it also isn't representing like antiquated opinions and like culture. So I'm gonna figure out what that journey looks like for myself. And then this last one is the Sarah Johnson sampler. It is an American cross stitch sampler, which I thought was, sorry, I got the burps. I thought was really cool. I don't remember whose channel I saw this on. I was literally just binging whip parades on the couch one day, and somebody had started this and they talked about how like the history of this being from an Oklahoma sampler was just so cool to me. Like the history behind that being an American sampler, because that's neat. Like, I feel like it's so cool to see all, like, how all of the different countries of origin are represented in the different styles of art. So, I have my French samplers. I know the Hands Across the Sea ones are also beautiful, but I thought this one was cool to be one from America. So again, like that just itches my brain real good in like the history of it all. So I got this off of eBay for not a whole bunch of money. $10, I think. So I immediately purchased this while watching her video. That is it for that. Plans wise, I very loosely have plans. I want to try to get Letourneur complete this year. I think that would be a good goal for myself because I desperately want it on my walls. So, in order to do that, I'm trying to like take bites one at a time out of this elephant because it is a huge sampler. I have 33,682 stitches left to go on that bad boy. It's currently at 8.32%. And so if I do 717 stitches a week for the next 47 weeks left of the year, I will have it done by the end of the year. That feels doable, right? Like I don't want to get too prescriptive or like strict with my rules because then I'll quit. So gotta remember who I'm talking to and thinking about, but I do love the ability to like check off a goal. So I'm trying to balance it there. And then also the Lola Crow Sal was announced, at least like the theme was teased, and I've never participated in one live. I am currently stitching the Deadly Aquarium for my stepson, and my goal is to have that one done hopefully before the new one starts, but the new one, nothing has been set in stone yet for the new one, at least released yet. So we've just been told it's coming to start in the spring. So my loose interpretation of that is I want this done by May 1st. So that way I can maybe motivate myself. If it coincides where like that is when the actual stitching for the stitch along starts, cool, I'm a genius and I got so lucky. But I at least wanted to give myself some kind of runway to shoot for. So with that in mind, currently I only have 3.87% of this chart done. And that means I have almost 18,000 stitches left to do. So I set a goal of a little less than 1,400 stitches a week on this one over the course of the next 13 weeks. I hope to get it done relatively in line with when the next Sal starts. And he wants this one really bad on his walls, the Deadly Aquarium. So those are my goals. My weekly goals, at least. For February, I don't have any planned starts or any like plans in general. I know that XJUDesigns has a new piece coming out sometime this year. I think she's really said much about when yet. I don't think it's going to be at Nashville unless I'm completely wrong, but I think she did mention that she's going to do it later than Nashville. So I think I have a little bit more of a runway ahead of me there, but I do want Cherry Magpie done sooner than later because I also want to do Blueberry J and I want to do the new one. Like, oh my God, there's just so much stitching to do. So I'll never be bored. So yeah, there's just some things like if I'm gonna focus on others outside of my weekly goals, I want to try and pick up Cherry Magpie. Other than that, my anniversary piece I think would be fun to work on in February for Valentine's Day. But yeah, nothing set in stone, just to have fun. So I think this has been plenty long enough. Hopefully I can edit it and get it up in a faster time than last time. But yeah, I appreciate you all so much for being here and for just being so kind. So please know that like I truly view each and every one of you as like a stitchy friend. I think it's so cool to bond over a hobby like this. So if you want to be friends, find me on Instagram. Let me know what you're stitching. If there's anything we can stitch together, I'd love to stitch with you. And yeah, thanks so much for letting me be here and being here with me. I'll see y'all the next time. Love you, bye.